Here we go again, another wild ride, this time from Bermuda to the Azores. And geez, it got a bit sporty at times. I don't know if you heard that, but that was Anne saying, I hope you're having fun because I can't sleep. So, welcome back to the channel and let's see what happened. Last time I changed the alternator on the boat, I blew up the whole wiring loom on the engine. 600 quid. Fortunately, OCC pals Peter and Wendy were in town, and Peter knows a bit about electrics, helped me get it all sorted out. But one last check of the forecast, one last beer, and we were off out of there. Now, as you probably know, we've been following the ukuleles for 6 months now. I think they're down below watching tennis again. We get on really well with them socially, but I'm afraid boat to boat it's a bit of a mismatch, and it wasn't long before we left them in our wake. And on a long passage, personal hygiene is important, so if you need to wash your pants, this is what you do. Nah, not really. We were regularly hitting the 9-knot limit for the prop, so it was time to get the thing off and change the prop to the 16-knot prop. First up, you got to stop the boat. Then you got to fiddle about getting the locking pin out, or just haul the whole thing up. And screw the old prop, put in the new prop. Then you have to stop the boat again and slip it into place, and off you go. And that is not WHOOOOSH's best selling point, trust me. And we're into day 3, and what another stunning day it is. Flying along, sunshine, downwind. Doesn't get much better than this.
Very grey and overcast, and Stuart's doing his daily walk around the boat looking for any problems, checking everything, making sure everything's okay. We're doing almost 200 miles a day. For the last 3 days we've done just 600 miles. Oh, we've only got about 1400 to go. Nothing on the horizon. This is what we do on passage. We sit and read and listen to music. It's quite quiet really. So I'm making lunch. Healthy salad, boiling the eggs, and we're doing 8.9, 9.4, 8.7, and then when the big gust comes, 12, 11.9. There's a fast boat.
How do you pass the day? Writing up my forthcoming book, starting from here.
The waves don't seem that big, but we're certainly flying along.
Surf's up. 13, 14, 14 and a half. 14.7, 15.3, 15.7, 16, 16 and a half. Right, bear off, bear off. That's what we need, voice activated auto help. Our son Ian came sailing with us 2 years ago now, and we sailed from Boston up to Nova Scotia, and at one point he said to Anne and I, he said, "Look, you two, we need to talk, so sit down." And we thought, oh, here we go. You know, you get to that age in life when your children tell you to sit down because they want to talk to you. So he says, "One thing I've noticed on this trip is that you pair have got a bit lazy in your personal safety, running around the deck without life jackets on or anything. So ever since then, Ian, we're a lot more diligent about putting on our life jackets. And we also carry a Ray Marine life tag. Don't know if they make these anymore, but if one of you goes over the side and this loses contact with the base station, it sets off an alarm, so the other one can leap out of bed and go rushing around looking for the insurance policy." This is just a quick aside on the lifeline thing. You'll see keelboats with jack lines running along the side deck. Never understood that, because if you're clipped on the side deck, go over the side, you're in a world of trouble. We run our jack lines across the top of the coach roof. That way you actually can't go over the side. You just got to remember not to run them under the reef lines. But we had a good run, maximum speed 19 knots. Well, apparently this is our last ocean crossing. Last time in the Atlantic. What of course she's forgotten is that we've still got 1,000 miles to go once we leave the Azores. But it's a lovely day. The story is there's a big low way up to the north of us that's bringing this lot in, and the further back you are, the windier it is. And the Wakalele's are back there. I don't think they'll be having too much fun. There's big waves. As usual, the camera will just flatten these and it'll look like a mill pond. But I don't know, 3 metre swell. We've got neighbours. I think this is a French guy, French single-hander, on his way to La Rochelle. Full sail, going along nicely. Whoops! We've spent the last 24 hours saying, I wonder how rock and roll a monohull is compared to what we're doing. He's pretty rock and roll. Oh, nice wee surf. He's not stopping at the Azores, he's going straight to La Rochelle. Oh, I just see my fishing tackle here. Haven't even got the lure out the box. Well, we get 24 hours of this in a steadily diminishing wind. So it's been quite a hard trip. And then at 5 o'clock in the morning, I bet you can't see that. It's the moon and the reflection on the sea and the stars. Actually, I think that's a planet. And the sun's just thinking about coming up. It's absolutely gorgeous. What do you call a shoal of whales? You see that kind of oily spot on the water there? That's where one just popped up to say hello, and now he's gone back down below, which is where I hope he stays. You've got all this ocean to play with. I mean, why do they jump up right beside you or right in front of you? But in In this dying wind, we needed some more horsepower, so it was time to go look out the Code D. It's like, what happened to the third crew member? Always the same, just like that, they're gone. Come over, check you out, and then go back to more important things. And you know I said I hadn't caught anything, I lied. Look, I caught a squid.
It's Sunday the 25th of May, about 9 hours and 9 days and about 20 hours since we left Bermuda. We're arriving in Horta just as the sun rises.
Or something. 15 years ago when we got here, it was busy. Now, judging by all these masthead lights and the fact that people are anchored out here in the ocean, makes me think it's going to be mobbed. 8 boats behind us within the next couple of hours, and then 30 from the Ark following. It's a lovely little town. Jeez, talk about busy. On both the last times we've been here, there was nobody anchored out here at all. Everyone was able to raft up and get a berth. Now it looks like there's no room at the inn.
So we've just been told there's no room at the inn in here and we have to go back out and anchor. The office will open at 8 AM. So this is the wall, this is the famous wall. And they're parked 3 abreast inside. And as we've already said, no, this is Pico Mole. I hate to think how few days they took to cross. They passed us yesterday, doing 9 knots and about 6 knots of wind. Quite incredible. Apparently they sat at about 15 to 16 knots the whole way here. So with a bit of luck, Stuart will get a visit this afternoon. Pico Mole.
And of course we've been up all night, we're knackered. Get the anchor down, and guess what? So we gave up on that, jumped in the dinghy and headed ashore. First thing we see, Johan and Henriette from Scolamanzi. So different to see hills and greenery around, and all the pastures subdivided by hydrangeas. So just watch out somebody doesn't give you a pair of hedge clippers and say, get to work. And that's Pico, the mountain top, hiding in the clouds again. I used to go chasing whales in these things. Jeez, all out in the ocean. Spent a couple of days going round the island and then got together with the Wakalelis at Peter's Sport Bar. Then it was time for us to head off once again. You've had enough of this video, no doubt. Thanks for watching if you made it this far, and join us as we make our way to the big excitement of the Terceira Bull Run. He's in a bad mood.